What if your biggest block isn't actually self-doubt? And what if the fact that you keep monitoring yourself in real time and trying to perform? Because I didn't realize that for years, what I was doing as an interpreter, like you're doing your assignment, and at the same exact time, you're watching yourself. Did I sign that right? Did they look confused? Like, are they getting it? I missed something. Why did they shift? What's that? All these thoughts are going in my head. Do they think that I don't know what I'm doing? And the wildest part is in the external assignments, it might seem that, oh no, she's fine, she's doing her thing. Or like looking at me in that moment, it feels like I'm on it. But actually inside I'm panicking. I mean, I've emotionally left the room in those moments. And honestly, I think a lot of capable people are doing this without even realizing. Like a lot of brilliant people are like just going with the flow. We actually know what's going. Because for years, I genuinely thought the issue was my confidence. I thought I needed more training. I just needed more experience. I needed another course to just brush up on this thing that I'm doing. I needed to get this, so someone to check me out. And when I look back now, it wasn't actually all those things were the issue. The issue was me constantly checking myself, trying to interpret what's going on. I was monitoring, okay, why am I thinking like that? What's going on? Okay, what's this person doing? And I just could not stay present. I just kept monitoring what I was doing like every second. And the thing that like no one really talks about, whatever, is that once that attention leaves the assignments and you it turns on you, everything changes. Because now you're no longer present, and because you have somewhat checked out and you're now monitoring yourself, you're prone to more mishaps happening because the attention has left the room, or is on a whole different thing. And for me, one of the biggest triggers that used to get me was finger spelling, right? The moment someone raised their hands, or the moment someone was about to spell something, gosh, it was a whole body experience. It was just kind of like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to understand what they're saying? Like, this is what's happening in my head. Like, oh no, they're gonna know. They're gonna know that I could not get what they're saying. And it's what I've told myself, because I kept repeating that over and over and over again, it became my truth. I never got it. I never understood it for the longest time. It just kept being true. And I was like, oh, I'll hold my breath until they finish spelling what they're saying. Until like, and and it's not because I necessarily did not know what they were saying, because in most cases I got the context. I got the what's the word? Where am I? The location. I have the whole idea of what they might be spelling. I've got some like extra information. So it's not as if it's like a out of like a word or whatever that is. Even with all that knowing of what is about to be said, I still felt it. That was still happening. And I will instantly go, oh no. They're gonna find out, like I'm gonna mess this up. If I mess this up, I'm like, oh, what if they realize I'm dyslexic? What if they in real time? Like if you look at me, it's like I'm looking like a no, but in my head, it's like, oh my gosh, it's you. What is going to say? Like, what is that? What am is that? What's that? That is what is happening. But when you look at me, it's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then the fumble happens. Then it comes like, oh, sorry, it's what's going on. And then the doubt starts creeping in, and then the worry, like, oh, yeah, I don't think I know this stuff. Okay, maybe I just need to go and do some more fingers belly training. Maybe I need to like figure out this, and then the spiral happens, right? And now, instead of listening, I stay with the conversation. I no longer, because when I'm suddenly monitoring myself. and I'm checking my reaction, and I'm checking their faces, and I'm checking my confidence. I'm checking if I looked competent. I'm checking, are they starting to, am I watching myself? I stop fully hearing what is happening when all those things are happening. And that was really huge for me to realize that what I thought that I was doing to protect myself, to make sure that I was on par, to make sure that everything felt flowy and that I was checking that I was doing right, was actually backfiring and was going against me. Thinking, oh, I just need to, okay, this person's fine, that's fine, okay, this one's good. Oh, I feel this. All this monitoring was actually slowing the progress, was actually taking me off course, was diluting my presence and what I get to capture in real time. And for me, the hidden cost of all that, because on the outside, people probably think, oh yeah, she just got some nerves. Maybe, she's not like whatever. But internally, for me, it was a whole conversation happening. I was replaying in real time what's just happening there. Like, okay, like, I'm there scanning. Okay, what next? What's gonna happen? I'm there trying to cover or recover from what they. I'm there trying to look calm in the same time. And meanwhile, the assignment is still moving on. Things are still happening. People are like someone's saying something that's expected to be signed, someone's signing something that's expected to be voiced, and that was exhausting. Trying to manage all that because of how much doubt I was having in myself in the moment. And honestly, when I think of why so many capable people leave assignment drained, it's not because the assignment itself was difficult, but because we've spent the whole time monitoring what was going on, trying to manage the fear of being seen getting something wrong, the fear of like maybe they might expose that, or maybe I'm not that great at this, or whatever that is. And don't get me wrong, there's some assignments that is demanding that really needs like that would definitely take it out of you. And then when you now come and add your internal dialogue and your other stuff on top of that, you'll be spent by the end of it. You come up with this clinch and like whatever that is. You start having aches and pain and be wondering why, like, what's that? Is that extra burden, that extra load that we are just taking with us along the way. And if I really look, there are still moments now where I feel like when like for me now, like when I start with this, when I started recording videos, right? That sometimes I would say something and instantly my brain will go, ooh, that sounded stupid. Like, nah, that didn't make sense. Okay, let's redo this. Like, what you on about? Like, and you're just repeating yourself. You said that before. Like, why are you saying that again? Oh, and then, oh yeah. And okay, should I stop? Should I delete this? And that same pattern goes on. That self-doubt, that self-loathing, or whatever that is happening. And it could be now, okay, you know what? Oh, this thing I'm supposed to do, I'll start again tomorrow. And I recognize the key thing is the awareness. When we recognize it, it's easier to like snap out once you have the tools to be able to snap out of it, right? Because regardless of what's going on, imagine our brain like a rubber band. This is not a rubber band, but we have how we see ourselves and the self-doubts and all those things, right? When we start having like the awareness of, okay, this is what's happening for me, and this is like how it presents itself, and this is like I'm supposed to be present, but this is what's going on. and we start catching ourselves, that awareness starts happening, and then we start doing whatever it is to get us conditioned, to get us back into the room, to get us into that flow. So when you stretch a rubber band once and let go, it goes back into the form. So sometimes when I say to people, you get the awareness of what's going on, doesn't mean now you be fine now. You be on ball, and then you start being present 100% and things starts going. That bit takes time. But the awareness of it, that's key. Because if you go back to the analogy of the rubber band and you stretch it one time and let go, it will go back. The next time you go and do the thing, you might still like the feeling, the thoughts, the scanning, all the doubts will still be there. But if you keep on every time you go in and just anchor yourself back in and like get the awareness and do what you need to do to get back into alignment, to get back into alignment, you keep stretching and keep stretching, keep stretching, keep stretching, keep stretching. And then when you let go, that rubber band is not going to be in the same way you first had it. It's going to be shapeless now. It's going to be like wonky. It wouldn't be as whatever. Like my hairband right now, right? When I first got it, it was like this, I guess. It was this size. Look at that, yeah? Like that. And now because I've been like every time I pack my hair, I do like a tube band thing. It's now stretched out to this. To you see that stretch, the what do you call that? The elastic inside has been stretched out. The same is true for whatever it is that we're experiencing, that self-doubt. When we start noticing and start getting the awareness and start doing the work to get us back in flow, then that feeling of how we are, like what's going on over time, will start being fine. The same is true for like whatever it is that you're doing. The first time you learned to ride a bike, the first time you drove a car, if you've ever driven, if, like the first time was like for me, I was gripping onto that car as if for dear life. And now I drive, it's like I'm cruising. The same is true for how we show up in those spaces with a self-doubt. When we start getting the awareness, when we start getting that feeling of like, okay, this is how I used to, like, this is what's showing up for me right now. But if I keep on catching myself in that moment and get back into the alignment, catch myself and get back into alignment, catch myself. Now it doesn't. Now somebody raised their hands, the fingers fell. I'm like, okay, now what's the word? Like, let's go. It doesn't bring any emotion. I don't feel nothing anymore. Before my shoulders, by the end of it, I'll start doing this just to release the tension. And now someone raises their hands, is like, what's the word we're gonna have? Like, like I've gotten the tools, learned how to like figure it out. It doesn't trigger me anymore. It doesn't make me feel any way. And this is it. So it's not, like that we now know this is our issue, and then tomorrow it's gone. We get to give it time. For some people, it's an instant. For some, it takes a couple of days. Some whatever that is, but it's having the awareness to just don't think it's not gonna happen. It would. You've got to put the work in to make it happen, right? Because the beauty of our brain is the neuroplasticity. We can reconnect. We can create that which we want. Because I told I was once, I used to be very introverted and very, I mean, I still am. I mean, I'm still introvert, but I used to be very, what's the word? My shyness used to be one that I wouldn't be doing this intentionally. Like, there is no way having conversation. Like when I see, like, it's not, nah. To now be in a space of I can hold my own. I do like hopefully today we're just having we're doing our thing. It might not make sense, but I hope I do hope that this is like it's landing somehow, some way, because I feel like today is like a riff day. We're just going on and hopefully there's structure and it's landing because awareness changes everything. Because now I can look back and see how far I've come. you know, looking back, I can see, okay, realizing that maybe confidence was never my issue because I always thought like, okay, I just need to be confident in this thing. I just like need to show up and I'll do this thing yet. Or like maybe some of us are also used to just watching ourselves. Are you one to keep watching? Oh my goodness, look at how they're looking at me. Oh, and then you change. My goodness, they kind of like smirked at me. Now I shrink. Am I supposed to be here? They look so with it. And then are we doing that to ourselves? Are we watching ourselves? Are we judging ourselves? Are we monitoring ourselves? And then we forget to be present. We actually forget what that feels like because that changes how you speak to yourself as well. That changes how you show up, how you interpret them, the way you live your life. Because you can't fully express yourself at the same time trying to protect yourself from being seen. The two can't happen at the same time. It's either you are shrinking and doing that, or you're expressing and knowing that it's okay. You're doing the work that is required to allow you to keep showing up, to allow you to fully understand what's truly going on. Because once we can understand what is happening for us in those moments, and these things happen in split seconds, in like a whole, whatever that is, when we understand that this self doubt is just causing like extra monitoring, is causing this to happen for us, we get to encode that, like I like to say. We get to decide what that is for us. And I've done a series here where on YouTube where we can, like, what do we get to do to start changing this? Awareness is key. I love to say, when you know better, you do better in hopefully most cases. Because we like the freedom to be able to go into a place and then come out, even if it was the worst experience in terms of like, wasn't your best performance in terms of like the job, or you felt whatever that is, but you come out still knowing that, you know what, I did my best. And not letting it now be like a punching back session on your way back home or whatever the next thing you're going to know that yes, I did my best to my abilities, to the level of training I am, knowing that I am building skill, I'm building whatever that is to help me go further faster. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember that your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.